Switcheroo. Switcheroo. Oh boy. Hello everyone. Let's get a few minutes. Oop, that's my phone. Shouldn't be does for some reason. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. I guess a little explanation is in order. For the past week, I spent many hours, between 4 to 6 hours a day, joining random people. Second, let me fix that. This one. Yep. Nope. And save. Perfect. And now quickly this. Okay, I'm back. So again, explanation is in order. As you can see, I made the PNG tuber, which is basically my old and the best probably. What do you call it? Just my avatar that somebody made for me long time ago. And as you can see, I'm in a tier list. So, quick explanation. For the past week, I was joining random people worlds and asking them few questions. I usually start with, "Hi, can I take a moment of your time?" Then I proceed to ask who their main is, and then I ask for stuff like, who you think is the nicest character in the nicest main in Genshin Impact, and the second is when who is the most toxic, rudest, however you want to name it. Of course, also the first set of questions wasn't the perfect, but I changed it into the better one. So now we are here. We have 6 tiers. We have pure angels, which are basically ideals, man. We have you are doing good, which is a little bit worse than pure angels, but you are still doing good. Mid behavior, which is you're okay, I guess. Then we have honestly, you barely cut it, which is it's barely enough. And you are not the worst, but work on yourself. And then we have the tested rejects, which is a different story. If May if I put main there, I believe that those players are mostly toxic and let's keep it on that. And then we have do you even exist, which is self-explanatory. So, why should we skip? And we should start. We have a traveler main. I have only Ether because I'm using the pre-made by somebody set. But for me personally, I believe that traveler is a perfect example of mid behavior. There are about 50% of travelers that are doing good, and there are 50% travelers that are doing bad. And it also would consider with my data, because nobody really talked about Traveler Main being bad or good. Excuse me. Uh, 1 second. Why the hell Dainsleif is here? Hmm. Anyway, we'll just probably do even exist. I guess this is fair. Dainsleif is not playable at the moment, so it doesn't exist. And next we have Albedo, which my cheat sheet tells me is doing actually pretty good. Because Albedo is in pure angel tiers. Uh, I'm not going to like explain everything like the thought, thought process behind it. The process is pretty simple. If somebody said you are toxic and they behave decently in their world, I give you a red point, which is basically a red flag, which is a minus. Not saying you, my viewer, or whoever is watching this. I'm saying to the character mains. However, if somebody give you a positive note, then you get a green flag, which surprisingly, the highest green flag is 5, and the lowest red flag is 21. 21. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, everything is bad, but people don't really like to talk nicely about each other, huh? I need to find one thing before. Why? Never mind. I had the graph I wanted to check because getting to myself. This is the I'm getting lost in myself. I'll hate him. Uh this is one of those that really kind of surprised me because I personally never had bad interaction with I'll hate them mains. However, I would say, if I'm not forgetting right now, 1 second, because I might be wrong right now. Oh, why is it not alphabetical order? I'll hate him. Akayato. I'll hate him is in, honestly, you barely cut it. I don't know why, but people have a lot of bad experience with Al-Haytham mains. Don't know where it's coming from. I play Al-Haytham, and he's pretty cool to play, but I believe in the vote of the people. And for those who want to know, I interviewed over 120 people. But Paladin, why didn't you? You know that Genshin has million players. Of course I do. It's obvious. But do you know how much time it would take me to interview 1% of the player? And my fan base is not big enough to, if I posted a document like answer these questions for me to make a video, because I would get like 3 or 4 answers out of it. Anyway, next we have Aloy, and I need to explain. She was given once in 2021. And after that, firstly, we didn't receive it. I started playing at the beginning of No, she was released in 2020 because I started playing in 2021 and I didn't got her. So yeah, and even though people said like alumnis are the worst, they don't exist. I refuse to believe they exist. So this is basically a poster child of "Do you even exist?" category, which another Bo character will join her there. Amber didn't. Nobody is talking about Amber mains, and even if somebody did, it was like Amber mains. I never personally met Amber main. Amber was a character that was replaced by Yenfei for me personally in like 15 minutes after I started the game because she was simply bad and still is. And this is also a poster child. Surprisingly, two Bow characters in a row. And then we have Ayaka. Oh my goodness gracious. Where to start with Ayaka? Maybe with that only one person said that Ayaka mains are actually nice, and 7 other people said that Ayaka mains are stacked up and believe that they are better than others because they pull for a high damage character. Is it a valid answer? Maybe not, but personally, she belongs there. The tested rejects. You may not agree with me, but Ayaka mains are right now 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Ayaka mains are 2, 4, 6, 8. Number 8 on the scale of most toxic players. According to my list, of course, which is a little bit biased because I'm making it. However, from 120, no, 150 people, there was 20 Ayaka mains. I maximize amount of mains into 4. So if I got 4 mains of the character, I just stopped asking more questions, but I noted +1 to the name. And I had over 20 Ayaka mains. Oh, don't, I'm sorry, and don't let me forget. One of the Ayaka mains said they, whatever, they are shipping Ayaka with Ayato. At this moment, I left the co-op of this person. However, surprisingly, again, Ayato is not much better because he barely makes it. People have very, very bad interaction with Ayato. He's not as bad as his sister, but still, he's really low. He's higher than Alhaitham. I will give him that. I would personally put him at least mid, maybe even you are doing good. But I mean, who am I to judge what people interact with? But this baffles me. Ayato mains do better. I, for a long time, I was Ayato main, and I feel bad that he has to go here. And next one is our good Dr. Baiju. And even though he's not the best character in the game, Baiju mains are still doing good. There was not many of them because Baiju is kinda left. People don't like him that much. I like him personally, but I had a really nice time asking the Baiju main questions and hanging out with him. And some people even said nice things about Baiju. That's why he's there. Barbara, my dear Barbara, I hope you understand. I know that there are probably dedicated players of Barbara. Sadly, I didn't meet you. Nobody else ever talked about you. Do you know why? Probably because Kokomi exists. I'm going to skip some, put Kokomi right now here, so I can move up. Kokomi, surprisingly also, is doing better than Baiju, but you are doing only good. I can understand the fact that Barbara doesn't exist because you have Kokomi, which is better at basically everything she does. And surprisingly, there were people that said that Kokomi is not nice, which never happened to me because every time I talked with or met Kokomi main, they were really nice. But as I said, this is 40%, about 40% my thoughts, and the 60 from the people. Which, surprisingly, again, leaves me to Beidou. Pirate Mommy, I expected her to be high. Maybe not Pure Angel, because everyone know why. But she is in mid behavior. I had two Beidou mains, surprising, only two. Or maybe uh, surprising that I found two mains of Beidou. I was a Beidou main when I started playing game. But yeah, she's completely mid. There were two people that said the Beidou mains are totally toxic, and there were two people that said Beidou is pretty nice. Well, with that, Traveler mains are still higher up. Next on our agenda list is Bennett, Benny Boy. And quick question, where do you think that Bennett would go? To Pure Angels? Maybe just doing good? Of course, there are main Bennetts of Maine, right? Bennetts of Maine, mains of Bennett, right? Maybe he detested rejects? No, that's impossible. Mid behavior. And this baffled me because I met four, which is maximum number for me, four Bennett mains. Three of them kicked me on a third question, which is like, hi, can I take a moment of your time? Tell me who your main is. And the next question is, why did you decide to main this character? Which is like, my answer was perfect. Can you tell me why did you decide to main this character? I was kicked 3 out of 4 times, which personally I felt offended. And then even more people told me that Bennetts are very, very toxic. Why he end up in mid? Because around the same amount of people said that Bennett is actually pretty chill. And then there is Candice. Oh no, did I fall into your joke? Nobody is talking about them, and nobody never met a Candice main. Am I surprised? No, her kit is literally terrible. And not gonna lie, I would expect a bit more because she is well designed and is playing a big part of the story. But surprisingly, never met a Candice main for the past week and before that, since she was released. And then we have Charlotte. For the time of my investigation, let's call it that, I put the Charlotte emote, and I was using Charlotte as a character I was playing. You can say I became a Charlotte main for a moment. And if somebody like Charlotte main joined my world, I would probably not be that happy. But again, I don't think they exist. I don't think they exist. Which, another surprise personally. But believe me asking if you even exist is still better than what happened to the child. Tartaglia. Tartaglia is number 4 in most hated. And surprise, surprise, the the words people use to describe child are from, I don't want to misremember, but it's from silly in not good way to pervy and disgusting. Why Tartaglia is only number 4? Uh, First, because the next 3 mains are much worse, and because I personally never met a bad Tartaglia main. One of them, I joined a Tartaglia main world, but I had enough child samples. So I was like, yeah, that's good enough. Sorry, I'm not going to take to talk with you. And I left. 10 seconds later, he tries to join my world. And I'm like, my god, this person is insane. But in positive way. Because he, after that, started, or she, I don't know, I assume he. If, that's a little bit late. If I say he or she, I'm speaking because of a gender of a character. That's how you refer to characters in League, and that's because it's easy. And then we have Chongyung. For a long time, I thought that Chongyung mains are out. Surprised, there are some of them, and they are thriving. Thriving. I don't know. I can say that Chongyung is pretty chill guy, so you are doing a good job. How about Cole though? Would you be surprised if I said the same? They are basically chilling. Didn't make Cole main personally, but some people told me that Cole mains are actually pretty chill. I don't really know what to say about more about her, sadly. But then we have Mr. Sino. Some people, the only reason that Sino is here, not here, because there is some decent side domains that tell jokes that are not funny. But some of them are really aggressive trying to protect him. I know because one tried to attack me and kicked me out of their world when I asked why did you decide to make Sino? However, it's not enough to put him into the tested rejects. Also, am I doing it right? 1 second. Ayato is on Lightem is on 3 and Ayato is on 2. And Sino is also on 2. So Sino is going on top of all item because we are going the worst of the tier is on the right side and the best is on the left side. And now we have Dea. I'm sorry. Which. Where is Dea? Look, Dea. Huh. I guess she was in the mid then. Which makes sense. Surprise, surprise. Dea is mid tier. Nobody is talking about you. Nobody really finds you anywhere. I met one or two Dea mains, and they weren't perfect, but they weren't bad. Don't know where to exactly put it. And there is Diluc. My boy, the amount of people hating on Diluc mains is huge, and I didn't expect this. But then I started doing research, and I met four Diluc mains. Two of them kicked me out after the first question. The third called me an F slur, which is not surprising because then somebody else said that they don't like Diluc mains because they call them F slur. Oh my god. Do better. If you are a Diluc main, do better. But then we have Diona. And do you know where Diona goes? That's right. The tested rejects. Of course, the sample I'm using is small. Of course, the sample I'm using are only people that accept co-op. But if you decide to accept a co-op, some and somebody is talking with you, you don't start slurring at him or her or them and then just kick them out. I mean, you can, but it's not nice. And many, many more people agree with me because I also believe that Diona is really bad. Not as a character, as the players of Diona. And surprise, Diona is number 467. Number 7. Ayaka is number 8 of the most hated. Oh, Dory. Hmm. Oh, my bad. That's the wrong place. Add a row below. Thank you. Then we make it black. The name is Remu. It's darker gray, I guess. I just. Yeah. If alloy mains doesn't exist, I'm sorry to any Dory mains that exist. 99% of people, when asked which character would you like to remove, if you could, which character would you remove? They said Dory. And I don't disagree. I also don't like her. Why? I don't know. She's just a little gremlin. Reasons why people wanted to remove Dory starting from her voice being annoying, to being a greedy and obnoxious. And that leads us to the next segment because the next is the Eula mains, who are obnoxious and people don't really like them. Again, and Eula goes here. I talked with 4 Eula mains, one of them kicked me, and 3 of them were kinda chill, but also at the same time not chill at all. It's hard to explain. I think the vengeance will be mine mindset kinda gets on them. But it's a top of the worst tier list. Sorry, it's a top of the worst tier, so not that bad. It was just try doing a little bit better. Maybe this will help. And Tarzan official doesn't exist. Terminette, on the other hand, is surprise to nobody. They're doing good. They're doing so good, actually. Uh, yep, that sounds right. Beep, 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 beep. You're doing good. Keep it going. The Freminet mains are really nice. Personally like them a lot. That's my only thing to say. And now I have Furina. Hot take, I do not care for Furina at all. The people who say Furina is an Archon, she's not. Nuvilette is more of an Archon than her, but Archon of Hydro doesn't exist anymore. She is a human. Even with Vision, if you put her to a fight, ex Archon, against, for example, Ganyu, in lore, of course, not in the real game, because power creep is a real thing, Ganyu one-shots Furina. Ayato smacks Furina out. That's just my personal opinion, though. However, a lot of people called Furina mains stuck up, full of themselves, and really annoying. Surprisingly, though, she's not on the lowest tier yet. I have this magical graph on my other tab, which I switch between to like get an information if I forgot. However, how can somebody forget about the Ganyu? And Ganyu mains will do everything to remind you that she exists and she's amazing. Which probably annoys a lot of people, that's why she's here. I personally doesn't have anything against Ganyu mains. Just do your job. Goro, on the other hand, people want to remove. And I am one of them. This bitch didn't came to me for the past almost 3 years. Well, full 2 years. I have every other 4-star except Goro. Didn't got him on standard. Didn't got him on limited. Even when I tried to pull for Ito, didn't got Goro. Got other characters, but not Goro. I am AR 60, and I don't have Goro. I understand being free to play and not having every 5-star. But 4 stars? At this point, I spent like at least 600 uh, blue wishes. No one Goro. Because why would need I a Goro? You know what I will get? C1 Kaya, C2 Amber, C2 Lisa, which is like considered rare. But I'm starting to vent. And that's not the point of this video. Next on our list is Shikadoing Heizo. My man, Heizo, you are doing good job. Nothing much. Heizo mains are pretty chill. Some people say that they are kinda stuck up, but they are not Ayaka, Eula, Diluc level stuck up. So I still think Heizo is doing good. Ah, Hutao. You know, guess what? Hutao, Miko, and I'm doing a little bit of a spoiler. And where is the boy? Am I blind? Probably. But ABCD Shao Wanderer. I'm leaving those three at the very bottom. Reason? Because they are top three most hated characters. You can guess the order, but I'm not going to the spoilers right now. After we finish all of them, we'll do the Dark Trio. Take a sip of water. And from Dark Trio to the Arataki Ito. For the long time, I thought Ito is doing good. Surprise, surprise, people hate him. Or should I say they hate Ito mains. Not sure why, but he's not doing okay. Or rather, his player are not doing okay. Try to be better. Yeah, Jin doesn't exist, which is surprising for me. I know that Jin exists because there is this one YouTuber that basically mains Jin. However, didn't met Jin main and didn't. Nobody even talked about Jin. Which is surprising because people talked about Kaya. And Kaya is doing mid. Like, as I expect, there is not that many pure angels in this game. I can understand this. But Kaya being over Ito is crazy to me. But anyway, now we are getting to the good part. Kave is surprisingly, or maybe not, doing really good. He's between Kokomi and Freminette. Sounds about right. Didn't met that many Kave mains. However, they still are pretty chill compared to most of the others. However, and this is a surprise because it's a triple tie for first place between Kazuha, Nahida, and the best girl, Yoimiya. Since then, since they are all tied up on the first place, I, as a YouTuber, will decide personally who I think is better from my perspectives. Who can disagree? I don't care. And I think this order is correct. Kazuha, then Nahida, and then Yoimiya. I might be a little bit biased because of the Yoimiya story quest that left me slipping for the days. However, this is also a valid part of the character. So I think this is our top tier, or rather, first, second, and third place. Why didn't I wait it? like with the dark three of those things, the answer is pretty simple. People prefer positive things faster than negative. Speaking of positive things, we have catching. Just kidding. Catching mains doesn't exist. Wrong place. Catching mains doesn't exist. I mean, they exist, but people don't talk about them. And then we have Kirara. Hmm, where is she? Where is she? You're doing okay. People talk about her being, or rather, her mains being correct and being good, nice, blah blah blah. Good for them. However, I never met one. I met two, sorry, I met three Klee mains. One of them was not really nice, and the other two were decent. But people also believe that Klee mains are pretty nice. So, curious stay. And then we have Kuki Shinobu. Shinobu should be here. Surprisingly, mid. To be honest, I expected her to be a little bit better, but that might be just me bias. Then we have Lila. Nobody talks about Lila. Lisa. People want to remove her, which I'm not surprised. Lisa Kit is really bad, and she has a 4-star. Her uses are really limited. Lynette mains, sorry, didn't met any, and people didn't talk about her. However, Lenny, where is our magician? Lenny, I'm blind. Lila, Lisa, Lynette. Starting to feel like I forgot about them. I didn't. L. Oh, that's why you don't see him. That makes sense. Well, Lenny, same as his sister, or rather a little bit better than his sister, mid. Which you have to remember, being called mid in this case is not bad. As long as you are above or on the middle, it's okay. But oh my goodness. Mika, my boy, what you did to people. I don't understand the Mika hate. He's just a boy in a knights, but people actually hate it. Why? Not sure. But will of the people is my will. Speaking of people will, made. And then we have Neuvillette. Neuvillette is a kinda tricky situation. I like his character. If I knew his character before his banner went away, I would probably have him. However, one of Neuvillette mains kicked me out. Second, were kinda racist. And third, said many terrible things. So my bias is equal in this place. However, however, people bias puts him here. On top of the list, of course, which is, as I said, pretty close. If you want number, those three are -1. Ayato is Furina are -2, and those two are -3. Yula is -3.5. That's why she is here. Oh boy, Nilu, Nilu, Nilu. I don't like this character. I think she should be a 4-star. I have a bad Nilu experiences. However, people are also having a good experience with them. So, mid. Who is next? Ningguang is next. And surprise, surprise to nobody, Ningguang being a bad bitch. With being mediocre. Met few Ningguang mains. Nobody is talking about them. There is also this one YouTuber that basically made her from the start. However, we all know who is superior main of Geo. And she's next. Noelle. Not to be biased. Now I have to find her. I don't know if it's sad or just disappointing. But she's also mid. She's a little bit higher, but still mid. Disappointed. Then we have Chi Chi. Of course, where you go. And something that pains me dearly. I love Raiden. Raiden is a great character. I love her kit. I love her lore. I love basically everything about her. What I don't love is her mains. Raiden Shogun, -6. Which gives her spot number 6. Wait. But since Child is 4 and Raiden is 6, there is somebody between them. Good math. Good math. But we'll get to this. The spice in a moment. Razor mains, however. I was Razor advocate from the very first moment I met him. He's the best boy. People love him. I love him. However, people don't love him too much. He's doing okay, but sadly not okay enough. I think I'll boost Kokomi up. She's the only positive 3 on the scale. Plikave, Freminet, Baiju. No, Baiju, no. Plikave and Freminet are 2, and the other ones are 1. Traveler is 0.5. 0.5 because of reasons. And then we have Rosaria. Do you want to guess in the comments where she goes before you watch? 3, 2, 1, and you didn't guess. Or did you? You probably thought that Rosaria mains doesn't exist. But that's not the case. Rosaria mains are made. For a reason simply because I met actual Rosaria main. And they did good. However, we cannot say this about the next character because Sarah. People want her removed. She has 0 presence as a main. I kinda agree. I got C6 Sarah, but I never use her. Which is sad because she's actually pretty cool. But If you could, she would be something in between those. Mains doesn't exist, and thank God. I hate her voice in English. Before I got Yellen, I switched between, I believe, Chinese and English, so I can, when I was exploring, I wouldn't hear her voice. And then we have Shenhe. Moving forward, Shenhe. Where is Shenhe? Am I blind? Probably. Oh, I'm blind because Shenhe is mid. Remember, I'm talking about the remains. Nobody is talking about you. You barely exist. I had to go on a Discord to get you. However, Sucrose. Oh no, 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 no. That was a misclick. I wanted you there. Why the hell I grabbed you? Ugh. Anyway, Sucrose is doing good. And Toma mains doesn't exist. Ha! Sake! Toma mains are just mid. I actually found a Toma main. I found a Toma main, but I couldn't find mains for those characters. It's kinda sad. Speaking of which, speaking of being sad, we have Tainari. I don't know if to be sad, disappointed. I guess I'm just going to be disappointed. Tainari, you are not doing good. He's also in the -1 gang, so it's not the worst, but still kinda bad. But anyway, where is Venti? Oh, Venti is in the mid, but not because I never met mains or people don't talk about. There was the same amount of people hating on him as praising him, or rather, his mains. So, who am I to disagree? And then we have Risley, our Riz master. Didn't met that many mains of him, but people have a decently good experience with him. However, we cannot say this about Xingbang because I never met a main about her and nobody is talking about her. One person wanted to remove her, but I didn't include it. Remove goes only if many people want to remove the character. Speaking of the remove, I wish I could put Xiao into remove. Xiao goes here. Xiao, -7 points. People hate Xiao mains. Xiao mains are stack up, focus on the damage only, doesn't care about other people. And I'm reading from the script. I personally love Xiao as a character, but I can agree Xiao mains are kinda compensating over something. Jingxi main doesn't exist. Xingyan main. Wait 1 second. I have to make sure because Xingyan make. Surprise, surprise, they exist. And they are doing better than good. Better than Bioge mains, that's for sure. People love them. And then we have Yanfei. We are almost out of space. And to nobody's surprise, Yanfei also gets 2 points. I don't see. That's why I don't see. That makes sense. Anyway, Yao Yao. She's on 1 point. People main her, but they are extremely rare. But Yao Yao mains are really good. But you cannot say this about Yellen. Yellen, sadly, for me, -2. So over those two, but still pretty bad. In the middle, you can say. Uh, Never met a Yunjin main, and we are on the top 4 characters left. Something that I didn't expected, Zhongli being around here. People really don't like the mains. And now we have the Devil 3. As you can see, we have Xiao, Tartaglia, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spots in the the lowest tier. And now I'm going to read punctation. Xiao, minus 7 points. Tartaglia, minus 11. Top 3 opens with Wanderer mains, minus 13. The crimes that were committed by the mains, being a stuck up, being overly attached, being insane, and many, many, many worse. Which I can see by watching fandom from TikToks and other stuff. Skara or Wanderer mains are. There is no nice way of putting this. Simply insane. But that's not even close. Because we are coming to the creme de la creme. Hu Tao and Miko. Number 2. Remember, Wanderer was with 13 points. Hu Tao with minus 20, which was lowered from minus 22. Hu Tao means, on top of being everything that Wanderer mains are and Child mains are, reading from the script and what people said, they act like them being healed is the end of the world. I saw this happening. You know what? I'm going to open the whole list. Or maybe I should just open the whole list for the last person, last playable main character. But the difference between third spot and second spot was 17. Sorry, 7, not 17. Jesus, I'm tired for that. So 7 negative comments from people. And then, as you can guess, Miko, number 1 most hated main from the group I got. Which I agree 100% with. People who watch me for a long time know that I don't like Miko. But I believe that if your majority of your mains send death threats and many, many more to people just because they don't like the character, don't ship the same characters, or sometimes say that character is bad, is insane. And the comment I have to end this on is from one of the people. I think the worst mains are Miko mains. They simply scare me. I can understand people being overly attached to a character. They spend money, they spend time, they spend a lot of wishes, whatever the excuse, whatever the reason. However, if people are scared of players of certain character, that's the biggest red flag that exists. I have my private beef with Yaemiko mains. I don't like them. From the day I saw her playable, I was like, nope, that's the worst character I ever saw. Don't show me her. Skipping her banners is the easiest thing I would ever do in my life. She will never be on my account, and I simply don't need her even. But saying this, probably will get me another few death threats. Because some time ago, I made a joke video because the popular audio was Ghetto from Jujutsu Kaisen. I hate those monkeys. So I made video about, yeah, Amiko shippers. I deleted comments from this video a lot because there was a lot of not nice comments on it. I personally don't really care about comments, like negative comments. They happens, I don't really care. I'm just doing my thing. However, yeah, Miko mains. Sometimes I think they are in red. There is no redemption for them. And I guess this is the tier list. And to be honest, I agree with most of it. I spent a lot of time on it. So if you agree, if you disagree, tell me in the comments. Uh, of course, there is a little bit of wiggling room. The worst tier is in order of the minus points because 21, 20, 13, 11, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's a minus point. From this tier, everyone have 0 except the traveler who has like 0.5. And then you have 1s to Freminet, 2s here, and then you have 3, 4, 5, 5, 5 points. And other characters are judged a little bit differently. But hey, remember, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying you, even if you play Yaemiko, you don't have to be a bad person. You can be a good person. I'm just saying that most of the players of the character are similar. Why I didn't do it without spending week of my time looking for people and asking questions? Because I'm biased, because I make my decision, and if I make decisions, probably half of the characters would be in different places. For example, excuse me. For example, Neuvillette wouldn't be in the bad tier; he would be in top tier. But I don't know that many mains. I didn't met that many mains in co-op because I don't play that much of the co-op. But that would be it. That's my tier list. And thank you for watching. And see you next time. It was a short stream, but it wasn't planned to be long. So it was just to make a tier list. I worked hard. Now I will probably spend some time editing this video because I hope this will give a lot of fun interactions. Anyway, have a nice